Okay, so today we're gonna do a little fun where I'm gonna react to Reddit posts, and I didn't read them before, so we're just gonna do it very improvisingly. That's not English, but you get me. Let's took this one. Should I break up with her? So it's a man. He started dating a girl. He's 21. She's 19. They started dating 2 months ago. If I'm being honest, she looks extremely good and also very nice, and I like spending time with her, but she likes going to bars and parties with her girlfriends like a lot. And she's drinking there a lot with very revealing clothing. Also, I know she's had sex one time and it was a while. She was drunk at a club, which the thought of it made me almost vomit. Important to mention, if she told me she had an ex she had sex with, I would have been totally fine with it. But wait, do they date? They started dating 2 months ago. He likes spending time with her, but she likes to do those things. So we don't know if they actually dated or if they just were talking. Because in his mind, maybe they were dating, but maybe they're actually not in her mind. I'm all for my girl having fun, but she's doing this pretty often, and I don't want to put myself on the path to being cheated on. But he just did. Or maybe that was before they were actually dating. I don't know. Do you think I should talk to her about it or just cut it off since it means I'm trying to change her, which doesn't sound like a good idea to me? I'd love your opinions. FYI, I've been in the army since I was 18, so I believe there could be some differences in our maturity as well. I'm not blaming her, I'm just pointing it out. Um, just to be sure here, she had sex one time and it was while she was drunk at a club with. Like, I mean, this is unclear. We might, maybe in the answers, he's gonna give more answers. Okay. Nobody's pointing out the question that I have actually. Trust yourself. Should break up with her. She seems like a woman. So that I'm gonna cheat it. Okay. Apparently, from what the comments say, it doesn't seem like he's been cheated on when they were together. So, but the problem here is that he's saying, okay, should I continue being with a girl that does that gets drunk in a club and has revealing clothes? I mean, to be fair, she's 19, and if she's already doing that at 19, if she's doing that and she's 19, there's a high chance she's going to continue doing that for a few years. So if that's something that you don't want because it makes you feel insecure, because you don't know if you can trust her, well, then in that case, I wouldn't. What I would do is not dump her, but I would kind of mirror her behavior. And let me explain. It's very simple. Basically, you can't force a girl to do what you want to do. It's not gonna work in the long term. She's gonna be resentful. She's gonna be frustrated because she wants to do some stuff. If you are controlling, being controlling never works in the long run. Never. What's best is if the person actually wants to be with you, doesn't, and is not interested in seeing other guys. This is the best. And you don't have to control anything. In that case, it's perfect. But if she is like this, the thing that I noticed, at least for myself, is that when I'm into a girl and I realize that she does stuff like that, it means that her investment in you is not equivalent to your investment in her. So because you can't change her investment, not directly, what you can do is change your investment. And the mistake that most guys do is that they pick black or white situation, meaning they say it's either I'm full in love or I break up with her. But what you could do in that case is just decrease your investment in her. That's it. You don't view her as the love of your life anymore. You just view her as a random girl who parties that maybe you have sex with, doesn't matter. And you decrease your investment in her, and she will feel that, especially if she sees you with other women, maybe not directly, maybe in another situation. If she sees you, like on Instagram, for example, if she sees you having fun with other women, she's gonna start to, if she likes you, she's gonna start to be more, close to you. She won't want to leave you that much alone. When she will go out, she will maybe ask you all the time, what are you doing? Do you want to come with us? Stuff like that. That is if she's into you enough. Obviously, this doesn't work all the time. There's many times where actually it won't and she will just forget about you, think that you're maybe not interested anymore, but that's because she's also not that interested, you know. So that's what I would advise you if you're in this situation. Just decrease your level of investment in her, and there you will see if she changes her behavior, if she wants to be with you more. If that's the case, then you can reconsider her place in your life, because you might think, oh, she just was not aware that I might leave, so now that she's aware of that, she's actually showing that she wants me, you know. That's what I would say. So this is for this story. Okay, so here we have another story, which is, it's not really a story, it is anyone else gets an adrenaline rush every time a girl messages you. Makes me feel so warm inside, it's hard to not babysit my phone. So here, before watching the comments, I'm just going to say what I think about this. As long as it's just inside of you, it's great. It means that you like the girl, it's perfect. But the problem is that when this behavior becomes too much, and I mean by that you are so excited to receive messages from the girl that it's becoming like a drug, and you are sending too much, you are too available. And in that case, it's not really the fact that you are available, which is the problem. It's the fact that when you are sending messages to her, it shows that you are way too into her than she is. And the problem when that happens is that she feels you are in her pocket. And that means that she will consider you as done. And it's done, you are easy. And it means that, first of all, there is less excitement in her side, because she thinks, well, it's done, it's over. So, I mean, I have him, so I don't really need to act more. And maybe also what happens is that, secondly, is that she thinks you may not be such a great guy if you are that easily into her, you know, because it means that, well, if you are that easily into her, maybe she did a mistake, maybe she misjudged you, maybe you actually are not that attractive, maybe she thinks you're attractive, but actually you're not, you know. It's a bit the same as a guy. It's a bit the same as if, as a guy, you are receiving a message on Instagram from a super hot girl. You're thinking, wait, that's weird. I never receive messages from girls. Now this super hot girl is sending me a message. Well, is she actually a super hot girl? What is going on? There's something going on here. It's the same principle, you know. So here, yeah, this is my first opinion on this. Let's just check the comments. No. You guys are getting messages every freaking time, so okay, nobody is telling the same thing as I expected. But basically, the advice I would give you if you're in this situation is you can enjoy discussing with the girl, that's for sure, as long as it's not becoming some kind of an addiction where you need her messages to be happy. You need her to feel good, you know. And that, because when that starts, this is where you will start to send messages which will appear very needy and very changing the mood, you know. Instead of something fun, lighthearted, you're having fun each other and you want to meet, it will start to feel like, oh, this guy is obsessed with me, although he doesn't know me really. And maybe he's not that attractive, as I said. So I would be careful with this. If that happens, it means you probably should have more text conversations with girls so that you don't feel that obsessed with one particular girl. And then when you start to meet her and date her, then you can start to be obsessed. Like, I'm getting more obsessed with time with my own girlfriend now after 2 years than I was in the beginning. Although, yes, in the beginning I was a bit like happy because I really liked her, but I was not obsessed, you know. But now it's funny when you're in a good relationship that the love actually becomes greater with time instead of the opposite. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the next topic here. Men who struggled greatly but are now doing well, what changed? This is for normal men. I don't mean the usual cliche advice of losing weight, hitting the gym, upgrading career, but for those guys who were otherwise pretty normal in life but struggle with women. What changed making you now successful? I'm one of those guys who works full-time and lives a very healthy lifestyle, but I struggle so badly trying to find a partner in this life. Yes, so this is a great question. I really love this question because it is exactly, at the same time, it's a great question to give you advice, but also it shows that you can take care of yourself physically, you can look good, because he says he works full-time, lives a very healthy lifestyle, but he struggles so badly. So you can have those things, but still struggle with women. Why is the case? Why is that the case? Well, it's simple. Because you still need to go and talk to girls, whether it's online or offline. And the thing is, the girls, they have options. So if when you start to talk to those girls, you're not quickly standing out from the others, then you get ignored. That's just how it is. Which means that the only people who are able to have conversation, to have dates, and to be successful with women are people who have done that several times and have learned. So the quick advice here is just do more of the things that you want to be good at. And there's a saying, in French it is, but I don't know if it's the case in English, but basically the more you forge, it's by forging that we become a blacksmith, you know. You have to do the things that you want to be good at to be able to do it good. That's just it, you know. But also learn from your mistakes and be able to be better the next times. That also is, of course, super necessary. Otherwise, you just do the same shit trying to have the same result and it doesn't work, you know. I'm going to maybe add something more and just check the comments. Higher standards and living by your own code of conduct. Whenever you're in doubt about a girl, just remember this. It's important to distinguish the difference between how you feel about a person versus how they make you feel. If the two feelings synergizes, I know that I have something good and I will chase that girl to the ends of the earth until the date is longer a synergy. Not sure what he means by that. Can we see the best comment? I mean, that was the best comment apparently. I used to be very bad with women, had a few girlfriends when I was in high school, but nothing serious. Spent most of my time single and got rejected a ton. Let's just be friends, blah, blah, blah. Got worse after... Let's see what he did. One day I had an epiphany that this was all just a skill that could be cultivated. It was a skill I was lacking and there was nothing inherently wrong with me. In fact, I had a lot of very attractive characteristics. I just needed to learn and practice. Ultimately, I worked on myself and put a lot of effort into developing social skills. I learned to take pride in myself, hold boundaries, be emotionally strong, and stop hiding my sexuality and interest. I started being proactive about meeting people and about getting better at flirting and interacting. I started taking some pride in my appearance, dressing to stand out instead of dressing to blend in. Worked on my posture and tonality to display pride and strength and confidence. Started cultivating an attractive lifestyle that put me in contact with attractive women regularly. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Again, it's just joining what I said. Someone else here. Quit a very safe job that paid me pretty well, gave great benefits, and was a very pleasant place to work, but where I just was going nowhere in life. Started graduate school and busted my ass to get to top grades, and a year later began my career. And when my confidence returned as a result of actually being proud of myself and the work I had put in, my success in dating went from 0 to more women that I could manage talking to at once. I had girlfriends in high school and college, but once I left school from age 24 or 30, I just felt like I wasn't good enough for any woman. Okay, so here it's just, he wasn't feeling confident, but he already got results, so it's not a good example here. Shifted my mindset from being focused on the desired outcome to just trying to have fun and make myself laugh. This is super key, guys. Used to be so worried about screwing things up and how do I get her to like me that I would get incredibly anxious, which made me freeze up and be less aware of body language and overall less present, causing me to screw things up. Super good. Once I decided I don't care what happens, I'm just going to go on a bunch of dates and try to have a good time. Once he did decide that, if she likes me, great. If the date is horrible, at least I will have a story to tell. Things change. I stopped being so anxious. I showed my witty humor instead of sending dry, what's your favorite color type of text. If I got rejected, it was on to the next one. With this mentality, I went to a bunch of dates in a year. Some were great, some were bad, and ultimately met my girlfriend who's great and had similar sense of humor. I mean, this is super key, guys. And this is something that I'm saying to clients and to new people that I want to join. If you don't have fun in this process, you're not going to be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you're not going to learn, you're not going to get results. That's it. It's as simple as that. If there was one advice I would give to every man is find a process to meet girls regularly and try to have fun in that process. If you are having fun, you will ultimately, because you're always in there, you're always talking to girls, you're always practicing that, it will happen that you will get better, you will find someone that you like. All of my friends that regularly go out, they all get laid. It's just a matter of time. It's just a numbers game at some point. Now, the next good thing that you can do once you're already doing that, it is to simply learn from your mistakes, okay? So if you don't have ego, if you're able to put your ego aside and actually learn from your mistakes by asking also for help, then you will have the most optimal curve of learning. So basically, you are doing this often, but at the same time, you have someone to tell you where you're doing things wrong. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay? The other things that you can do, but this is like on the third tier, like the last thing you can do is to improve in terms of your finances, your physical appearance. Obviously, you need to have a minimum of physical appearance that is good to have some results in the beginning, you know, like just dress normally well, have a decent haircut, make sure that you don't smell, make sure that you look rather clean, you know, and you don't smell, stuff like that. If you have that, and then you go a little bit to the gym, just a little bit, like 3 times a week for a few months, already you will see the difference if you were not before and you were doing the other things I was saying. So yeah, let's just by curiosity see what other people say. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. I said that to say this is literally what changed for me. Losing weight, good in career, hitting the gym. Yeah, so this guy is just saying, no, it actually helps to go to gym, etc. Yes, as I said, it does, but not as much as the other things. Learning to listen more and say less. Change my hair and update my fashion. Well, as I said, the key behind all those cliche advice areas is that they build confidence and self-esteem. Yes. If a guy's main insecurity is in his body, going to the gym probably isn't going to help. Exactly, my friend. If a guy's main insecurity isn't feeling like a loser because he compares himself to other guys and makes less money or has a job that's going nowhere, then working on your career isn't going to help. You need to pick, there's double negative here, so it's kind of weird to understand, but you need to pick the one that corresponds to the insecurity you have. If you are insecure about more than one of those areas, work on multiple. This is why plenty of guys are unfit, no muscle, with a crappy job and still get girlfriends, because they're confident and have self-esteem despite those areas. Exactly. This is also why guys who go to therapy to address their insecurities and self-esteem issues can develop confidence even without changes in those areas and then do better with women. It's also why guys who are better looking, naturally aesthetic, go into a good career and have a natural confidence, don't struggle as much with women, and why some guys can have all those things going for them and still suck at dating. Height, muscles, a good career, a full head of hair, money, style, it's not those specific things that attract, it's what those things represent. They're all just social markers that telegraph that a person has confidence and self-esteem. That's ultimately what attracts people. Why? Because people without confidence and self-esteem drag down everyone around them. They're less likely to be successful by any definitions of success, not just financial security. They're less sociable and less fun. No one with other options would choose someone like that. Exactly. So I think he has said pretty much good things. Someone answered to him. He said, this is it right there. I'm 5'6" and not particularly muscular, but I've never really felt insecure about my body as an adult. I did have a lot of insecurity about my job, however, and that held me back in dating for a long time until I worked to start a career that I could actually feel proud of. Yeah, I mean, you know, just to complete this answer, because it's already pretty complete, I'm not going to comment much more on those specific details, but it's all about how much you think you deserve the girl that you're going to talk to. You know, like if you think that you're a great person in every area, you think then that you deserve a great girlfriend. So you will not be afraid when you go talk to that girl. You know, it's a bit like if you had received a letter saying that Sandra, blah blah blah, that you know or that you don't know even, has won $1 million, and you have to deliver her that letter. Are you gonna feel anxious to talk to her? No. Like, even if she's like telling you, I have a boyfriend, you're gonna be like, no, but hey, do you understand? I have 1 million for you. This is the mindset that you have somehow when you know that you deserve to talk to that girl. You know that you deserve to, that she actually benefits from being with you. You know, this is, as I said, this is why there's ugly people that go talk to girls with confidence. And why does confidence help you? As he said, well, because someone who has chose would always prefer someone who is confident than someone who is not. All other things staying the same, you know. But it's also because for women, being with a man is not only just for the pleasure of sex. It's also because still now they kind of benefit from having a man that is competent, someone that can help them in every area, you know. And so this is why they use confidence as a signal, as a symptom for competence, you know. And so if you're a man right now, you don't have success, and you, it's parallel, you know, it's correlated, you don't have confidence when you go talk to girls, ask yourself why. Ask yourself if it's because you don't look as good as you wish you could be. Is it because you don't have a job and you should have one? Or is it because you never had any positive experience with women, and in that case, even if the rest of your life is good, it's just that you need to practice. You just need to go out there, talk to some girls, try to have some positive experiences with that, and realize that you can learn also and get better. This is what I had to say. Let's see if there's anything else. Fix some of my insecurities, career, focus on myself. Again, talking about insecurities. For me, I just started treating all women with limitless respect and honesty and found my queen. She was a successful model when we first started dating. She's now in the third year psychology degree, and I'm a guy 5'10", but she said I treat her better than anyone ever. Yeah, I mean, I have doubt that he had problems because he was not treating women with respect. I mean, this looks like a guy who used to be an asshole and suddenly realized that, oh, well, if I'm not an asshole, then I can have a long-term relationship. But he was probably already attractive. Going to my I mean, okay. Yeah, okay, so basically we have talked about the most of the interesting stuff. Okay, so feeling absolutely replaceable as a guy. I'm a 28-year-old guy grappling with the modern dating scene, and to be honest, it feels like I'm just one of many options for women these days. The advent of online dating apps like Tinder and Bumble means I'm going head-to-head with every other single guy within a 50-kilometer radius. It's a tough pill to swallow, especially fresh off the heels of my first serious relationship, which ended when I discovered my girlfriend was cheating on me repeatedly. Here's a kicker. I don't consider myself below average. I've received compliments on my looks, which seems to be somewhat confirmed by the decent numbers of matches I get on dating apps. I'm 185 centimeters tall, I hold a master's degree, and I'm well versed in the variety of topics that often interest women. I'm assertive without being overbearing, socially savvy, and I definitely don't rush things or come off as needy. Despite this, I can't seem to make it past the first few dates. Most women I meet seem interested initially, will go out once, twice, maybe even 5 to 7 times, but then their interest fizzles out. My gut tells me they're moving on to someone new, lured by the excitement of novelty, which seems to trump depth on today's dating landscape. I really thought my last relationship was different, but it turned out she was just in it for the convenience of having a boyfriend, while also enjoying the freedoms of being single. After the breakup, I cut all contact, though I doubt she took the experience as anything more than a minor setback, given how quickly she could move on to the next guy in line. It's a disheartening feeling, to say the least. Why even bother trying? Yeah, so this probably you're thinking the same if you're listening to this. Maybe it happened to you the same. Maybe you had less success than this guy, actually. If you are feeling replaceable, it probably means that you are replaceable. And you have to understand that, first of all, okay, there's women that no matter how good you are, they are stupid. And they will think that they can have better all the time. And maybe they're also psychopaths or narcissistic narcissistic behavior. They have narcissistic behavior. Sorry about that. So those people exist, okay, and you need to talk and have tried with a variety of different kind of women to be able to have a sense of this first. But it seems that this guy did. So we can talk about his situation here. Why would that be the case? Why would he not? Why does he feel replaceable? Why would he be actually replaceable? Well, it's simple. When I read what this guy is saying, I'm kind of bored actually. And I understand that his role is not to entertain me, but that tells me that maybe this guy is just not making her feel the right emotions. And, you know, it's also a matter of when she meets you, she's having fun with you and stuff in the beginning, but like, what are you doing why should she be with you and not someone else? Basically, you know? Like, to give you an example, it's very simple. With my relationship, you know? My girl, we met 2 years ago. Basically, when we met on Tinder. So that's even better example because you see that she had options and she chose me. She saw more pretty boys than me. She saw guys more rich than me. She could have been with those guys, but she decided to be with me. Why is the case? Why is that the case? After 2 years, I can say it now. I believe it's because we're just the same in personality. We vibe the same. We laugh all the time. We're having so much fun together every day. It's been 2 years now. We're laughing every day. There's not a day we don't laugh. There's not a single day we don't laugh. And more than often, we laugh like we have, this laugh that you can't stop laughing. Of course, she finds me attractive. Of course, I find her attractive. But like, what makes it stay and keep at time is this. It's exactly this. On top of that, there is a special narrative between us, which is I left my country to be with her in her country. Her parents love me. I love her. I love her family. Everything is going so great. And personally, I think that the reason why you're being replaced is because you're not showing any of those to her. There is no particular reason why she should be with you instead of another one, you know, as this here with my girlfriend. And now, especially with time, because I've proven to her that I'm faithful to her, I've proven that despite the fact that I have other options, I choose to be with her. I left the country for her. And at the same time, she's also investing her youth, her time where she's the prettiest, in me. It shows that we can trust each other. And in that case, we are having the best relationship that we ever had, both of us actually. So now the thing is, if my girlfriend were to, for some reason, we were to break up and she would meet a guy like you and she doesn't feel the same things as she did with me, she's going to replace you because she's going to think I had better, you know. And so in that case, I would agree with you that if a girl has had a lot of relationship in the past, then that would obviously be difficult to stand out from those, you know, especially if she lived the things that my girlfriend is living right now, you know. So all of that to say that what I would advise you is to maybe stop picking the girls who have thousands of followers, or the girls who are going out a lot, or the girls who had a lot of dating history, you know. Because my girlfriend, first of all, my girlfriend is 22. We met, she was 20. That helps. Not saying that you need to date. I mean, you're 28, so you can literally do the same as I did. But try to avoid girls who had a lot of dating history. I mean, it's kind of sad to say that for girls who are listening to this. But hey, girls, we have to think about ourselves too. You know, if you are still in love with your ex, we're not going to go out with you. That's it. You know. Basically, yeah, I would just advise you to try and find a girl that didn't have that much history in dating and is actually there's gonna be more chance that you two will connect and will be happy together. Okay. Not saying that mine didn't have dating history, obviously. I mean, she's been dating since she was 14, you know, but the thing is, I think it's just that we're such a good match. That's just it, you know. Sometimes it's not more difficult than that. And to be fair with you, it took me a while to find a girl like that. I mean, I had 7 relationships before her. And between that, I had a lot of one-night stands and, you know, sex friends. But at the same time, those people, I mean, in the beginning I was not also the best version of myself, so I'm still improving. But you know, like I could have been with other girls in the beginning. If I was better, maybe I would never met my girlfriend later, because I would be still with the same girl I met like 4 or 5, 7 years ago. You know, it depends. You know, but that's your story. But yeah, yeah, I'm starting to rant here, so I'm gonna stop here. But yeah, basically, if you feel replaceable, just think about it. Like, how many times have you met a girl? How many times have you actually? How many different kind of women have you met? And are you at your best actually? If you are and you're still struggling, uh, why are you not able to connect with the women that you're meeting? Is it because you're meeting kind of women that are not connecting to you for some reason? Or is it that you meet girls that have a lot of dating history and so it's difficult for them to fall in love with you? There's all of that. But know that those questions that you're asking yourself, I've been asking myself too. And it's just that at some point I just met the right person and that's it. That's it. So maybe you're a few years from there, you know. I met her when I was 29, so you're 28. So maybe next year you will find her. That's it. So yeah, I will stop here. It's already pretty long. Put in the comments if you want more of these. If you want me to react to other kind of stuff, you can send me your stories via email. I will read them and I will give you advice, maybe publicly. Obviously, I will remove your name if you want. Yeah, let me know what you think about this, and I will see you in the next one.